Unveiling the mysteries, secret chambers, and ancient initiations. Yeah, we're about to get into it. Yeah, I usually don't uh, engage in things that are trending, but we had to get in on this. Shout out to the fan. What's going on? It is the King Cam and Ujumbe podcast, and Ujumbe means message. And yeah, we about to get into something that's totally different. This is a special live, something I would normally do, but people have been asking, so we can finna get into this conversation. Hopefully, we'll be able to add value to it. Yeah, we're gonna talk about unveiling the mysteries, secret chambers, and ancient initiations. All right, so today we're gonna talk about the primordial waters of the Demiurge and the Demiurge, secret chambers under the pyramids, and the Haru M. Aket or the Sphinx, the lost hall of records, ancient initiations, because we talked about the priesthood, the Kari Heb, and everything. And there's some reader suggestions, and I got a bonus. And get this, I'm a check roll, but I'm a real teacher. I check roll at the very end. Plays no games. Oh, what's going on? What's going on, Isu? What's going on? Greetings to the fam. What's going on? So I check roll at the end. So hold on, get the pen, get paper, get something to write on, something to write with, and we about to get into this conversation. I'm very excited about this. I couldn't wait to do it. And it's Friday. You know what I'm saying? All right, now unveiling the mysteries, the secret chambers, and ancient initiations. See, in the shadow depths of human understanding lies cosmological narrative so profound, so intricate that it continues to challenge our most sophisticated and philosophical and scientific comprehension. So yeah. We have to break this down. We have to break this down. Ancient Egyptian civilization stands as a testament to humanity's earliest and most sophisticated attempts to understand the fundamental nature of existence. But Egypt, by the way, is Kemet. Let me pause for instructional purposes. Egypt is Kemet. All right. It is Kemet. Greetings. Make sure you hit the like button as you come in. But yeah, Egypt is Kemet, but people like to do and say things differently, but we are here together to learn together. So let's go. All right. Now, the primordial waters of Nun, the ancient Kemetic people, the people of Kemet, could see the creation not just a singular event, but as an ongoing dynamic process of emergence. An ongoing process. We're always getting better. We're always doing something new, right? Yeah. So shout out to Brother Mo. What's going on? Yeah, we live. This is Friday. Yeah, we gonna do this. Yeah, y'all been asking, so guess what I'm gonna do? We gonna do this. So um it's a continuous dance between chaos and order, between Ma'at and Isfet. It's a balance, formless potential of primordial waters of Nun and crystallizing the power of divine consciousness. Their cosmological vision transcends simple mythology. Yeah, at the heart of this cosmological understanding, there's interconnected concepts that form the core of Kemetic thought. The primordial waters of Nun, the creative principle of the demiurge, and the pyramids. Yeah, we're about to talk about it. Yeah, today is, yes, it is. Yeah, greetings on this blessed day. Today is a blessed day. I hope all is well with you guys. And let's go. Now, dealing with the primordial waters of Nun, this concept represents a far more mythological abstraction. It's a fundamental substrate of existence, the infinite, the dark, the formless primordial ocean that predates all creation in ancient Egyptian cosmology. Yeah, we're getting down to the business. We're getting down to the root of it. We're not just talking about hieroglyphics. We're talking about cosmology. We're talking about science. You see what I'm saying? I told you, we go from the meta into the physical, and there is a science behind this thing, right? So existing in the state of complete undifferentiation, the Nun, N-U-N, embodies the ultimate potential of universal creation, a limitless expanse of dark, turbulent waters that contain within themselves the seeds of possible manifestation. All right. So in this whole ocean, there's infinite possibilities. We talk about Marvel Comics, the multiverse. In this train of thought. Okay, it's infinite. Yeah. Brother Mo says this: the primordial ocean is found in many cultures and civilizations. The cosmic oceans exist before the creation of the earth. Interesting. Oh man. Oh man, here we go. So let's get it. Now, I know you guys can't see it. I'm gonna try to expand this a little bit. The most profound symbolic interpretations, Nun is not simply a physical space, but a metaphysical condition, a pure unmanifested potentiality. So it's not just a symbolism or symbolic or physical space or area like the regular ocean. This is metaphysical. This primordial ocean represents the complete absence of distinction, no boundaries, no forms, no differentiation between subject and object, between potential and actual. That is crazy. That is crazy to think that it is impossible, but then it's possible. You see what I'm saying? It's a state of absolute unity where all possibilities coexist in a suspended, undetermined condition. The darkness of Nun is not a void, but a pregnant silence filled with infinite generative capacity. Yeah, that's what it is. And so, hold on, it says, Brother Mo says, make you think about what happened before the creation. Yeah, when it was just the creator and beings, just a thought. Yeah. Yeah, we're about to lean into that thought, that creative process. I'm very happy about this. This is good. All right. So now I brought them. I brought the books. See what I'm saying? Some people ask what books I read, what books I use or refer to. Yeah, there's ancient Egyptian coffin text. Yeah, it was a steal. And the pyramid text. And dealing with the pyramid text, they will refer to the ancestors or the kings going to become an imperishable star. Okay, so they're in the pyramid text, they're going upward. Okay, they're going upward into, say, Orion's belt, and so on. It says, like on this one, says, a footpath to the sky is laid down for me that I might go up on it to the sky. Okay, and so, and it talks about them going upward like that. It's always a upward movement. Okay, it's not just a downward thing for them. Okay, so, and the coffin text mentions similar things also, but now get this, according to Baba Kaba Kamini in his book, the Shabaka Stone, the Nun is the original. The Nun is the original womb of thought. I'm sorry, my spelling, and command. Kush and Kemet thought nature to be in sync with the cosmic order. And so on page 47, he goes on to say this: the Nun is the original thought, constantly renewing, regenerating, and resurrecting itself, just as the sun rises by day and sets by night. The Shabaka stone, this is the Shabaka stone that was found. It was found, and the pharaoh Shabaka, he basically restored it and put it back as far as into the Kemetic halls and temples and everything. So the Shabaka stone represents an ancient attempt to explain the origin of matter and energy, organic life on Earth, and the primordial phenomenon in nature, because before humans were here, there was, water and all this kind of thing, right? So they in Kemet, they were scientifically explaining all of this. Yeah. The Nun, it basically is another word for plasma, ether, water, hydrogen. Yeah. It says, according to what you just said, those two places had to be part of the first part of creation. Yeah. That's what they're saying. In so many words, the people of Kemet was trying to break something down scientifically. Now we know about the atoms and the cells and cellular structure and all that kind of thing. But the people of Kemet was breaking this down, and they was calling it a person, or the Nun, or a womb of thought. And he even goes into talking about it is space, and it's dark matter, ordinary matter, dark energy, the Nun. Okay, yeah, yeah. The stuff from the ordered and arranged cosmos was created. So yeah, y'all need to check this out. It's pretty good. All right. So, and then, so the symbolic significance. Let me get out of this. I'm sorry. The symbolic significance of the Nun extends beyond mere cosmological description. It represents the philosophical concept of emergence, where complex systems spontaneously generate for seemingly chaotic initial condition. In this interpretation, Nun becomes a metaphysical model of creativity itself. Yeah, state where randomness and potential interact to generate increasingly complex forms of organizations. And if you're enjoying this content, don't forget to hit the subscribe button because we're about to get into it. We're about to go further into it. So, but yeah, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss anything else because we're about to go further into this information. And I don't want you to miss out on anything as we go along, as we progress, right? So, now, the Demiurge in Egyptian cosmology. Now, we dealt with the waters of Nun, right? Now, the Demiurge, the concept of the Nun represents a more mere mythological abstraction. It is the fundamental existence of infinite and dark and formless primordial ocean that predates all creation, as Brother Mo said, in ancient Egyptian cosmology, existing in a state of complete and undifferentiation. None or Nun embodies the ultimate potential of universal creation. Okay, so, but now, the Demiurge is a concept, okay, is a concept that was, of course, ancient Egyptian also. Okay, that's the way what it is. But of course, unfortunately, the Greeks and the Romans decide to finesse it for themselves. All right. So, Atun is considered the primordial creator. Okay, emerges from the Nun through an act of self-generation, a profound metaphor for consciousness arising from undifferentiated potential. In theological or symbolic texts, Atun is described as simultaneously the creator and the created at the same time, right? Emerging from the primordial waters through an act of pure will. This self-creation is not a linear process, but a simultaneous manifestation of being and becoming. So the Egyptian demiurge primarily embodies by the deities of Neteru, Atum, Ra, and Ptah. Okay, and Baba Kaba, he breaks it down by making it into a scientific term. Okay, the Atum or the atom. Okay, the unmoved mover, and so he goes into that. Unlike Plato, and Gnostic interpretations of the demiurge is somewhat detached. These are detached individuals, detached craftsmen. The Egyptian concept presents a more intimate and more generative process of creation. All right, let's go. Now, the creative process or the act of divine self-division represents the fundamental mechanism of differentiation, how unity between, say, multiplicity, how infinite potential becomes specific, bounded reality. Okay, so that's Atun, or for my science students, the atom. Okay, it's always regenerating, it's always moving, it's always doing something. Let me see where it's at. There is In Stolen Legacy, okay, by George M. James. He goes into it by saying he calls that, he basically breaks down Atun as being the atom. Okay, basically he's saying that when you are described as the most profound and the smallest and the greatest substance, that's an atom. Okay, explained as a colorless, transparent, homogeneous powder consisting of an infinite number of particles. Infinite. Okay, and so let me see. Mo says Atun was being a season, something we all have to go through. Yeah, like Atun or autumn. Yeah, Yeah, I hear what you're saying. Autumn or autumn, okay? There and the thing is about it though, in Kemet, they don't have 4 seasons. They only got 3. They only got 3. And it's subdivided into 3 subdivisions called, like we have astronomy and things like that. They subdivide them into 3 parts. Okay, there's 3 different deacons, but we'll talk about that another day. But when George M. James talked about the Demiurge, at that time, a lot of people were trying to make that into a Greek and Roman thing, and it's not. Okay, now it says Ptah. Okay, Ptah is another crucial manifestation. Another crucial manifestation of the creative principle, represents creation through divine thought and spoken word. In the Memphite creation story, Ptah creates through intellectual conception. His thoughts become reality through the power of utterance. This presents creation as an intellectual and vibrational process where the consciousness consciousness itself has a generative power. That's the reason why imagination is important. That's the reason why critical thinking is important. That's the reason why reading regularly and often is important. The reason why some of our young people are struggling in certain areas in school is because they have stopped creating. They stopped that creative process. You see what I'm saying? So that's the reason why we have to encourage them to think and to interact. But let's go. All right, now here's the book. The Demiurge, shout out to Baba Kaba, and that's Shabaka Stone. That's out there. I have some of these books in the description. All right, so all right, Stolen Legacy by George M. James. All right, now let's continue. Now, Ptah and the Demiurge, according to, I think I'm going to get ahead of myself, but Ptah is a major figure in this cosmology. Okay, and we broke down the Jed, and we see Ptah with the Jed. That means establishment, but it also breaks down, and we said that it is represents electromagnetism, electricity. Okay, and I remembered the book. I finally remembered the book. It was the Ankh. Okay, I read this back in 2000, 2001. Okay, and shout out to Nur Ankh Amen, and he mentions how the people of Kemet use electromagnetic power. Okay, check the book out. Now the the pyramidal architecture embodiment of cosmological principles. Now, according to George M. James, in the book Stolen Legacy, the concept of the Demiurge is not Greek, as I said before. It's from Kemet, and it dates back to 4000 BC, before Common Era. The theological and cosmological views the Egyptians date back to the very beginning of Egyptian history, when the first dynasties had made their new capital at Memphis, the city of God, the city of the god Ptah, or we talked about the Het Ka Ptah or Amenemhet, right? Now, get this though. In the book, it says it contains the Egyptian cosmology was presented in 3 parts. It deals with the Neteru, or the Neteru of chaos. It deals with the Neteru of order and pre-creation. And also, get this, Ptah, the primate, or one of the originators of the Neteru, the gods, emerging from the primeval waters of Nun in the form of a hill, to Jenin, also known as the risen land. Okay, so now we're starting to see the connection between the waters of Nun to the pyramids themselves. They weren't just some wonderful idea that Imhotep, Grandmaster Imhotep, put together. No, it was basically calling back a 4,000 to 5,000 plus year story of the Memphite creation story. The pyramid shape itself mirrors the process of emerging from the Nun, starting from a broad, stable base representing the primordial waters and culminating to a sharp, focused point symbolizing divine consciousness. The structure physically represents the transition from undifferentiated potential to specific manifestation. So it goes from chaos to order. That's what the pyramid is symbolizing, right? okay, Memphite theology, Memphite cosmology, okay, and Ptah is the primeval hill, right? And Atum is the atom having absorbed the thought and creative power, then proceeds with the work of creation. Okay, yeah. So each ascending level presents increasing complexity and organization, mirroring the cosmological process of creation. Now, check this out, y'all. This is the capstone of Amenemhet III's pyramid, the Black Pyramid. Now, for those who've been following us, who've been getting an understanding of this, he's Queen Sobekneferu's father. Okay, Queen Sobekneferu's father. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Now that what's the information on the back of the dollar? See, so you asked me, hold on now. Now I seen that on the back of a dollar. Okay. Yeah, I seen it. Okay. But we're gonna break this down though. We're gonna break this down. All right. But yes, this is Queen Sobekneferu's father. This is the Black Pyramid, which is it's in rubble. See what I'm saying? But this capstone exists. Okay. And we're gonna break this down in a second. But before we do, I got a question. Yeah, we're gonna break this down, but I got a question. Here we go. Now, ketchup or ranch? All right, like and subscribe and comment below. Ketchup, ketchup or ranch? All right, put that in the comment. All right, I need full class participation. You understand me? Yeah, ketchup or ranch. Whenever you're going out to eat, all right, what is your weapon of choice? Yeah, ketchup or ranch. All right, let's go. Now, I'm gonna break this down. Here it is. This is the very top half. Okay, this is the top half of it. This section here. This section here. All right. Now, the top line is Nekhbet and Wajet, symbolic of protection or divine protection. The eyes, according to sources, are the eyes of the king looking eastward into the horizon or into the Akhet. Amenemhet, right here. All right, Amenemhet. Okay, Amun is in front. Okay, Sarah. Okay, that's his personal name. Okay, all right. Insutbiti, king of the north and south. Right, the Insutbiti, king of the north and south. Wait a minute. Wait, he said, it's a mustard. All right. Okay. Yeah. 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 Let me see. Ranch. Okay. All right. I'm boring. You know what I'm saying? I don't want none of it. I'm boring. Yeah. Yeah, I play too much. All right. But now this name here, okay, the throne name is announced at the coronation and always written in a cartouche or shim, the official name of the pharaoh, Nimat Ra. Okay, Nimat Ra. Okay, that means he belongs to the balance or the justice of Ra or of God, right? So when you see that, you see this circle with the little bird, Sarah. Okay, that is the son of Ra. Okay, and this is Ra in the middle right here, or God in between all of this. That's basically what it's symbolizing, right? This is symbolic. This is symbolism, right? And the little hornet and the reeds there is instant biti. Okay, that means he's the king of the north and south, right? So this is his name here. Okay, that basically saying who this belongs to, and this king is forever looking into the horizon, into the Akhet, right? Next thing, the bottom half, this bottom section here, basically it says, open is the face of King Amenemhet. He observes the Lord of the horizon crossing the sky, the northern width. Okay, and it kind of it goes somewhere, right? It kind of just fades out, but and it goes. And the next line says, higher is the soul or Ba of the King Amenemhet than the height of Orion, and it joins the Duat. Now, in the pyramid text, okay, I got it. In the pyramid text, it says, okay, it says the portals act for me, coil is tied on for me, and I lead the imperishable stars. So these during the Old Kingdom, all the way up until the Middle Kingdom, to the 12th dynasty, a lot of the pharaohs or the kings of Egypt and queens of Egypt referred to the pyramid text. And the pyramid text does a lot of reference or give a lot of sway to the kings going upward to the imperishable stars. Okay, going upward to Orion. Okay. And so they saw that as a upward movement. They will, yes, go down to the Duat, but eventually they will make their way up to the imperishable stars. Okay. Here's another one. It says, in Nechem, quarriers in the necropolis, and perfect ones in Abydos. Okay. You sit on a metal chair of the imperishable stars. Okay. When they made those pyramids, it was pointing them upward to the imperishable stars. And of course, Orion's belt, the pyramid shape, the astronomical alignments of pyramids further underscore their cosmological significance. Precise celestial orientation suggests that these structures were not just merely tombs, but complex instruments, machines, machines, okay, for understanding and potentially manipulating cosmic principles. The Great Pyramid of Giza and the Sphinx, which we're about to get into, are built with remarkable and astronomical and mathematical precision. And based on from what we know, these pyramids were in line with Orion's belt. Okay, shout out to the book, The Message of the Sphinx. I read this back in 2000, and yeah, it can go. Okay, so this is where we find out that it's more than just tombs. These were important places of math and science, and even more than that, right? Now, so we talked about the primordial waters. We're about to get into the secret chambers, the lost hall of records, and everything else. And I'm still checking roll at the end of class, so y'all can't skip. You know what I'm saying? All right. Now, the secret chambers. Now, before we do that, thank you. Before we get into it, thank you everybody for 1,000 subscribers. Yes, this is 1,000. This is 1,000. This is 1,000. And man, this is great, y'all. I really appreciate you guys rolling with me. And a shout out to folk who just got here and folk who've been here since day one. 1,000 subscribers is something else, right? And another thing, happy birthday to Princess Cam. I didn't want to embarrass her and put her on a baby picture, but she is an old lady. She turned 22 years old today. My oldest daughter. She is 22 years old on today. She's an old lady and everything, but I'm very proud of her, and she's doing great. But yeah, Princess Cam, this is her birthday. And if you are celebrating a birthday the last few months or whatever, go ahead and put your birthday. You don't have to put the year. Go ahead and put the birthday in the comments. Shout out to the spring birthdays. I forgot to do all that, but shout out to the spring birthdays. So, but y'all don't get quiet come July. That's all I'm saying to you. don't get all quiet and everything in July. All right. But yeah, happy birthday to all the spring birthdays and Princess Cam. All right. Secret chambers. Now, get this. The King's Chamber. This is what we know. Okay. This is what we know based on, archaeologists and scientists. The King's Chamber is right here, right? It's located near the center of the pyramid. Its granite-lined room contains a large granite sarcophagus, which there's nobody in there. Even when they opened it for the first time, nobody was there. Okay. Its precise alignment and construction demonstrate remarkable mathematical and engineering skills of the ancient people of Kemet. And air shafts, we still don't. Why do they need air shafts for a tomb? That's not, that's what that is. But Queen's Chamber, despite the name, the function of the chamber remains uncertain. Okay, it's smaller than the King's Chamber, and it is positioned lower in the pyramid structure. Okay, wait a minute. Let me see. All right. Yeah, okay. Miss Blue, her birthday is tomorrow. Okay. Awesomeness. Cool. All right. Now, so subterranean chamber located beneath the pyramid's ground levels, way down here. Its rough-hewn chamber remains mysterious. Its unfinished nature and deep positioning have led to various archaeological speculation of its original purpose. This is what we know. Okay, this is what we know. Okay, this is what we know and understand, and we've seen it in all the books and all the things, right? And also, I don't have it on here, but according to Robert Bauval and them, these shafts point to various constellations in the sky. All right. All right. This is what we know. Now, what we don't know is this. Okay. Now, that this has been the trend. This has been the thing. People, these modern technology like mountain radiography and thermal scanning have helped researchers detect previously unknown chambers. Yeah, according to New Science, there's levels to this, right? 2017, scientists discovered a large hidden chamber above the Grand Gallery. Okay, I don't have the picture here, but the Grand Gallery is right here, and so they're saying there's a space that's really undetected, but it's there, right? And advanced scanning techniques have revealed intricate ventilation shafts and narrow passages that were previously engineered with remarkable precision, right? So these chamber discoveries provide crucial insights to architectural techniques, burial rituals, technological capacities of early civilization, and all that. But what do you think? Okay, because we've been seeing this the last few days. I'm trying to figure out what this is. Okay, these chambers here, this is what I've been seeing on Facebook and everywhere. I know Comgyverse has something out on it, and Without History put something out on it. But look, this is the scans here. Okay, according to that, if it's nothing but dirt, this should not be here. Okay, these lines shouldn't be here. And somebody made a futuristic design of it. That's pretty cool. But what do you think these are made for? If it's there, okay, what do you think? Shout out to Mama Louise. She says, awesome. Yeah, I want to know. Okay. And so, but this is mere speculation, but it's amazing to know that we still don't understand or know what's under here. Okay. All right. We don't. A lot of people can speculate, but we know for sure, we know some other things. All right. We're about to get into that in a second. Now, the legends of the hidden chambers beneath the Sphinx date back to antiquity. This is what we do know. Okay. Now, this is new. Okay. This is new. All right. But the chambers under the Sphinx, we gotta deal with that. The most well-known of these suggest that a hall of records, possibly containing the knowledge of lost civilizations such as Atlantis. I'm not really into the Atlantis thing. All I'm gonna say is, according to science and according to even the people of Kemet and Kush and Ethiopia, these civilizations have been around for over 20,000 years. Okay, is these folk nowadays, what they would do, they would, instead of doing research, instead of doing the work that they should do, they would just say the aliens made it, instead of saying, bro, it was black people that made it, and we don't know how. Just say that. Just say that. Just say you don't know how to do it, and it's these black people certainly could not have did that, even though we just got to talking about possible impossibilities through the waters of Nun. Anything is possible if you can put your mind to it. If you try, right? Let me see. Yeah, they control the history to control the narrative. Yeah, that's what they want to do. But that's the reason why we're here. That's the reason why this podcast exists. Okay, so we can continue to do the work and to tell our story. Right? It's important that we tell our story. Right? So the Hall of Records is buried beneath the Sphinx. Okay, this idea is popularized by mystics such as Edgar Cayce, who claimed that this hall is contained ancient texts detailing the history of the forgotten advanced civilization, potentially older than dynastic Egypt itself. some ancient Greeks. Now, here's the thing. The Greeks are saying this. Historians Pliny the Elder allude to the presence of subterranean passages and hidden chambers in the Giza Plateau. That's the thing. Okay, we're not talking about modern people here. We're talking about people from the Greco-Roman period saying that there were chambers under there. Now, the question is, were they admitted into these chambers? That's the question. Okay, because we know that some of the Greeks and Romans actually went to they studied the Kemetic schools of knowledge and so on, but they didn't finish. It says, check the eye of Africa in the Sahara Desert matches the Atlantis legend. Not sure though. Yeah, I'm not sure either. You know, that I'm popping out for this one because this concept is trending, but if I don't read it and if I have not really seen it, I don't know, right? He said, ketchup, bro. Ranch makes me sick. He said, the only one that can't eat ranch. I do French though. So, but he do eat French fries, but that ranch, you're the only person on here that said ketchup. What's going on? But yeah, to check out the Eye of Africa in the Sahara Desert. That's pretty interesting, right? Now, it says in 1990s, around the penetrating radar scans conducted researchers, including Dr. Thomas DeBecky and Dr. John Anthony West, revealed anomalies beneath the Sphinx, including the presence of cavities or chambers. Some Egyptologists remain skeptical, attributing these findings to natural geological formations rather than artificial structures. Bro, we have found out that some of these Egyptologists and so on, they know that information, and they will have those meetings, and they would say, we're just going to continue to say it's just dirt under there. But there's too much information out there to say. It's too much information in Kemet and the people in Greece to say otherwise, right? So, however, I'm going to keep going. However, the alternative researchers argue that the Egyptian authorities had deliberately, like I said, withheld information about these discoveries. If these chambers exist, they hold artifact scrolls or remnants of rituals that could radically reshape understanding. So, what do you guys think about that? Okay, now we're gonna go further into it because the people of Kemet did mention these chambers themselves. They call it a different name, but we're about to get into it. So, do you think these chambers or these secret areas under the pyramids or the Sphinx, is it for ritual? Is it for electricity, hydroelectric power, for communication? What do you think? What do you think? All right. Yeah. Now, before we go through, we are gonna we're gonna roll with the Queens of the South, Queens of the Nile, the legendary women who ruled ancient Egypt and Nubia. That is coming out next week. I've been pushing this back for a while now, and the fam has been asking about it. Yeah, that's next week. And don't forget, DNA dynasties and deception, the hunt for the true mother of King Tut, coming before Mother's Day. Yeah, we're gonna do this DNA test, dog. We're gonna do that. I think. Okay, Issa was saying he think the pyramids are ancient powerhouses. Interesting, but what we do know, yeah, that is interesting. What we do know is that the pyramids at one time was overlaid with white limestone and it was capped with gold, right? And so when the sun hit it a certain way, it illuminated the whole place. Yeah, it's not. I'm not disagreeing. Ancient powerhouses, especially when we already figured out the fact that some of these symbols were indicating or telling us that they use electricity already. Just because they're ancient, it does not mean they're primitive. See what I'm saying? So here it is. The Underworld and the Hall of Records. Yeah, we just keep going further and further, right? Ancient Egyptian texts, including the pyramid text, coffin text, hint at the existence of hidden chambers known as the underworld halls or the Duat. Okay, these texts describe subterranean realms where the soul journeys through the trials before reaching enlightenment. The underworld or the Duat were depicted as an intricate series of corridors, chambers, and gates, each guarded by deities or Neteru, okay, or even ancestors, okay, even ancestors. So, hold on, go back. So even, and so, hold on, let me see. I got it. Here it is. I have. Let me see. I have the. Let me get the. I have all the books. So the coffin text. Okay, basically, that they're talking about breathing. He says spell for vindication, a man against his foe in the realm of the Duat or the dead. Okay, the sky is open for you. The earth is open for you. The doorbolts of Geb are open for you. The shutters of the sky windows are thrown open for you. Now, there is in the pyramids, there is a they like a little vault or whatever with bars there as if it is a door. Okay, I don't have a picture of it, but check it out. Okay, so they have that. So, and of course, we read the pyramid text where they go to the imperishable stars, right? But in this situation, this is the Duat. This now in the Book of Gates, okay, that is a New Kingdom book. We have the Book of Coming Forth by Day. We have the pyramid text, the coffin text. Pyramid text is Old Kingdom. The coffin text is kind of the Middle Kingdom, Middle Intermediate period, and the Book of Coming Forth by Day. That they use that the whole time. But the Book of Gates is this, okay, and it's very similar to the inside of the pyramid in a sense, right? And so in that's where they talk about the journey down to the Duat or into the cavern. Okay. The Book of Gates is where they have 12 gates, and I know I'm going ahead of it, but they have 12 gates, and each of those 12 gates represent the hours of the evening. Okay, 12 hours a night, 12 hours a day, and at the gate, each one of those gates that have three Neteru or three ancestors there, and you got to give them a password, just like as you see here as they're going down and they're moving through the Duat to rise the next morning. Okay, and so there's a lot of like this one. Chapter 4 says this gateway is unlike the first, which already had been described for its opening, protected by an outwork similar to that that protects the door of a fortified building. The outwork is guarded by 9 Neteru, or 9 gods in the form of mummies. Right? This is the Duat. Okay, this is the underground spiritual chamber for them. And here's another one. Okay, this is in the same Book of Gates here. Okay, I'm going to read a little bit of it. Okay, the god of Neteru is the guardian of those who are submerged. Okay, so they're talking about underground chambers here, and they're also talking about the downward movement through the Duat, and then they go upward to the imperishable stars. Okay, and also let me see. This is basically according to Robert Bauval, that section there that you see is the 5th division of the Duat, the house of Sakar, at the center of Duat. No, look at it. It says the giant sphinx, like a cur guarding the entrance of the hermetically sealed capsule located under the pyramidal mound. Now, the people of Kemet is saying there's something under this pyramid. And they're saying that there's chambers under this pyramid. And they're also saying that not only that, the ancestors go through that Duat, go through those 12 gates, and then they ascend, right? And it is also a place of transformation, a place of change. Okay. Shabaka mentioned that also in the Shabaka text preserved today in the British Museum. Shabaka was he talks about this movement through the Duat, right? This is, and the thing is, I think the people are they're looking for a physical chamber, which is there, but also there's a spiritual chamber also. What do you think about that? Spiritual movement, the dark night of the soul, where you have to really deal with the dark corners of your own heart. Got to do the work. Yeah, got to do the work. And so the underworld halls were depicted as intricate series of corridors, chambers, and gates, each guarded by deities and ancestors or supernatural beings who challenged the soul of the deceased. According to the Book of Gates written during the New Kingdom, you need to have a password for each gate, and there are 12 gates. But get this, y'all. Get this. If you're familiar with the Temple of Luxor, okay, and there's a temple where it shows the hours of the day, okay, and it shows two sides. Ramses is fighting. Remesu is fighting the enemy on one side. He's fighting another enemy on the other side. Get this, y'all. In trying to find that book too. This book says it was a spiritual battle. Okay, that he as king had to fight. Okay, he had to go into the Duat and throw hands. Okay, that's what it is. And so we are around here looking for physical chambers, and it may be a spiritual chamber that we have to deal with. Okay, who knows? You know what I'm saying? It may be that. It says, let me see. Egypt's antiquities won't let people dig to find the truth. It's reasons why. Yeah. Because the the more you dig, the darker it gets. You know. But I think sometimes they want to keep certain things as is. They want to keep certain ideas as is until another group of people say, yeah, it's fine to share that information. You know, like the people of Europe, when even though they got all the artifacts and all the African artifacts and jewelry, it's for, you know, ironically, until they say it's okay, then I'm sure the people of in the Egyptian museum will finally roll that information out. Okay, but yeah, that's sometimes that's the way it is. They need a cosigner. Okay, now some believe that the mythological descriptions may reflect the physical underground locations where ancient Egyptians conducted sacred rites and initiations, because we still got to do that one. Sacred rites and initiation, reinforcing the idea that these hidden chambers were not merely tombs, but places of profound spiritual significance. I told you, this may not be, it may be a physical underground chamber, right? But it may be some duality between it. It may be some spiritual aspect about that. All right. So it's not just a physical thing, maybe a spiritual thing. So yeah, we're about to get into sacred rites in a second. All right. Now, the Hall of Records, of course, are their legendary repository of ancient knowledge, is said to be located beneath the Sphinx, as we talked about it before, somewhere within the vast underground network of the Giza Plateau. According to esoteric tradition, this hall contains scrolls, tablets, and records of advanced civilization. And this is another diagram of what it may look like. Okay, and they're saying that the tablet or the emerald tablet of Tahuti is down there also. Okay, this is like the front, and you see the Great Pyramid there, and the steps leading into that entrance. Okay, this is what people are saying, and this is a side view of it. Okay, where you have these halls here. Okay, but there have been, the Greeks said that there were chambers, and there's the Egyptian people are saying that there are chambers. But now, is it lost to time? I'm sure it is. But I also have heard some people of Nubia who used to live out there saying that when they was younger, they was able to get to it. Okay, because if you see older pictures of the Sphinx or the Haru Im Akhet, there's a hole at the top of it. If there's a hole at the top, that lets me know it is hollow. Okay, there is something on the inside of it. Okay, tell me what you think. Let me see. There, yeah. Unfortunately, yeah, they are Arabizing and everything. Unfortunately, but that's the way it is sometimes. Queen Elizabeth had many of the African precious jewelry. She sure do. She sure do. And she had it on a crown around her neck and everything. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So it is often associated with the lost wisdom of Atlantis. Of course, a lot of people when they go in the deep end, like nowadays, unfortunately, the History Channel has become that kind of channel. They go to the sci-fi part of it. But some researchers have suggested hollow records could hold blueprints of ancient technology, cosmic maps, or even prophecies regarding the fate of human civilization. Despite numerous expeditions, technological scans, no concrete evidence have been found to confirm this. Even though the people in Kemet said that there was chambers, the people in Greece said there was chambers. Yeah, but yeah, of course, a lot of people say, according to legend, the emerald tablets of Tahuti or Thoth is there, okay, in the Hall of Records. But here's the books. Here are the books, okay? The Mess of the Sphinx and the Secret Chamber. Very good, very insightful. Okay, I got the Mess of the Sphinx back in like 2000, and yeah, that's when I found out that the pyramids were lined up with Orion's belt. Okay, let's see. So with the Sphinx, so the Sphinx linked to Sebek-Neferu. So you playing too much. Yeah, yeah. There is some symbolism coming when it came down to Sebek-Neferu embodying the Sphinx. Okay, we talked about that. You see what I'm saying? So, but we are going to go further into that. Okay, yeah, because in order for you to be Insubiti, in order for you to be king or queen of Egypt, you had to control your emotions. Okay, yeah, you may be able to crash out. You may be right to do so, but should you? You see what I'm saying? So it shows that they have that power. Okay, yeah, but we're not done with that. We're not done with that. We're not done with that. But these are the books, y'all. Now, we did the Primordial Waters, the Demiurge, the chambers, the secret chambers, the Hall of Records, ancient initiations. Yeah. Ancient initiation. These chambers. So we have some people believing that these chambers were for burial or were for technology or some kind of spiritual thing, but some people flat out believe it's for initiation, priest initiations, and mystery schools. Yeah, we about to spin this block. We about to get back into it. We about to do that. All right. So now in the mystery schools, okay, these mystery schools are all throughout Kemet. Okay. And in ancient Egypt, the priesthood held immense power, serving as intermediaries between the gods and the people. The process of becoming a priest was rigorous, involving years of study, physical discipline, and various levels of initiation. There's levels to this. Okay, it's believed that certain secret chambers beneath the pyramids or Sphinx may have served as initiation sites for these priests, where they undergo a series of trials and to prove their worthiness. Okay, and as we talked about before, their initiation process may have underwent purification rites before the formal recognition as queen or priestess or priest. These rituals performed in sacred temples likely included offerings to the gods, anointment with sacred oils, and donning a specific regalia, such as for queens, the vulture crown, which was symbolize protection and divine authority. Now, they had the royal marriage ceremonies for queens and coronation rituals. In that initiation process, there had divine association. For example, like our queens were initiated into divine roles, often associated with goddesses like Heteru, Aset, or Mut. So you hear those names or you see them wear that regalia, their jewelry. Okay, this associates with formalized ritual that connected the queen to the divine powers. They had temple ceremonies as part of their initiation. The queens would participate in temple rituals, often related to fertility and abundance. Titulary establishment, the queen would receive formal titles: great royal wife, lady of two lands, or God's wife. But now, Brother George G.M. James, he has something to say about it. Okay, when it came down to the mystery system of Egypt, okay, in connection with, for example, the god Osiris was represented in all Egyptian temples. He mentioned in this practice, you have to know yourself, know thyself. Now, the curriculum, all right, it wasn't just them saying that they was initiated, right? They were into the liberal arts and sciences, okay? The 7 liberal arts and sciences, the sciences of the 42 books of Hermes, and they had prophets, they had sciences of the monuments. So they had the secret sciences dealing with the numerical symbolism and geometrical symbolism, the magic and the book of coming forth by day and so on. And the priests, there was levels to this, okay? There was levels to it. And it took them years to get here. It took them years to get there. The idea was to spiritually separate themselves from the physical plane, from being always wanting stuff or always in need of things. Did the priest have a spiritual fight like the king? Now, I have not seen that yet. I haven't seen it written. But let me get back to you on that. Let me get back to you. So I wonder, did Imhotep start up some of the initiation because he was just that great? No, I don't think so. He was part of it. Now, he may have improved on it and modernized it in his day, but no, he had to maintain that tradition. He had to go through that process. He had to rise through the ranks, and in these schools, they learned how to deal with, say, negativity or negative thoughts, because you had to not only be mastering something physically, but you have to be mastering that mind. And even in the ceilings, it shows that the ceilings represent the sky and the stars, and that's where they should ascribe to become or to do. And get this, it says the neophyte was required to manifest the following soul attributes. Okay, control of thought, control of action, okay, justice, fortitude, temperance, prudence. Okay, and the mysteries of Egypt, it says this: when the pupil is ready, when the student is ready, then the master will appear. Yeah. So they weren't just doing this to say that they were part of an organization or part of the priesthood. They were trying to bring this culture forward, and they're trying to bring this knowledge forward. And the best way to do it is by application, is by the maths and the sciences. Okay, and so this is in Stolen Legacy, by the way. Okay, yeah, it is. Yeah, I usually don't get into this part, but hey, here we are, right? Now, the ancient Egyptian, the priesthood held immense power. Like I said, yeah. Modern Black fraternity neophyte. And the thing is, unfortunately, we have gotten away from the teaching aspect of it. The reason why people join organizations is to learn something new. All right, that's what it's about. All right, so it is believed that certain secret chambers beneath the pyramids or Sphinx may have served as initiation sites for these priests, where they would undergo a series of trials to prove their worthiness. Right, initiation rites in Egypt were deeply symbolic and often involve trials designed to test the candidate's courage, endurance, and spiritual insight. Some accounts suggest that initiates had to undergo a form of symbolic death and rebirth. So Mo asked the question, Brother Mo asked the question, he asked, was there some kind of battle? Here it is. The initiates had to undergo a form of symbolic death and rebirth, a common motive in mystery schools. You had to emerge, just like we talked about earlier, how Ptah would emerge from the waters of Nun. We always have to emerge to get better, right? This could have involved navigating dark underground chambers, facing challenges that induce altered states of consciousness, and being subjected to periods of isolation or exposure to sacred hieroglyphic texts. I wonder how was that like? What was that like? You are undergoing a process of being a Kari Heb, of being an initiate, or being a priest, or even a scribe, and you're sitting there, you probably haven't eaten, all right? And it's just walls of meta nature around you. Walls of that. What do you think that's like? You know, it just the meta nature start to come alive to you. Now, some theories suggest that initiates were led through a labyrinth of tunnels beneath the Giza Plateau, okay, encountering various chambers where they would confront their fears, learn the sacred knowledge, and learn the sacred knowledge and ultimately achieve enlightenment. Now, the people would argue and say that there's a labyrinth under the Sphinx and whatnot, right? Yeah, right. Yeah, we talking today. Hey, it's Friday. You understand me? You know, I'm up. This is what we do know. Okay, this is the Black Pyramid. Okay, this is Sebek Neferu's father's pyramid, right? This is his pyramid. There is a labyrinth under there. That's one thing I know for sure. I'm trying to find my book. It's downstairs. But yeah, I read that last week. Okay, in the Black Pyramid. Okay, Sebek Neferu and the priest of Sobek, the priest of Ptah, they mentioned the labyrinth. So there is a labyrinth. There is a maze. There is a series of chambers. Okay, let me know if you want me to break that down though. Okay, I don't want to waste people's time. Understand me? So, and the Black Pyramid. Okay, that is Amenemhet's pyramid. Okay, that's in the book. The first female pharaoh, Sebek Neferu, the goddess of the 7 stars. Yeah, we're still in it. We've got a few more weeks in it though. All right, so let's get it. Now, the priesthoods associated with these initiations included the order of the high priest of Amun, and we're learning that everybody didn't get along. We're learning that these boys got active. So, yeah, in service of Ptah, the priesthood of Tahuti, these priesthood orders were responsible for maintaining the temples, preserving sacred knowledge, and conducting esoteric rituals. The priests of Tahuti, or thought, in particular, were believed to be the keepers of the arcane wisdom, including mathematics and astronomy and the sciences, right? So, well, Miss Blue Aries says, I almost sound like ancient hazing. I do not. Man. And as we said, in order now, because we talked about the Hebsed festival, right? And Queen Sebek Neferu had to undergo a special process, and all them people had to be there, and they all had to be all right with it. Yeah, appreciate it. If you're enjoying this, hit the like button and subscribe, because we got some more stuff. But yeah, this is the first in a long time we did a Friday Night Live, and I'm enjoying this. But if you're enjoying this content, hit the subscribe button. But yeah, these. And they like I said, they were for Egypt, they was for Kemet, but they was really for their own faction. Okay, so the Greek historian Herodotus, who visited Egypt in the 5th century before Common Era, described the labyrinth underground structures that may have been used for these initiations. Now, these modern scientists say, I don't know, but these Greeks that came through there said it's different. Yeah. See, okay, Mo. All right. Now, so you playing. Mo saying this is that you had to be tested to be on that leader position. Nobody wants a weak leader. But here's the thing about that. Sebek-Neferu's daddy may have co-signed for her to be leader, but her brother took the spot. Yeah. we gonna talk about that. I think Sebek-Neferu was her father's choice. I don't think he wanted the brother in that seat. Yeah. We're gonna talk about that. But she still had to go through a process. She still had to get down. You know, hey, you like I said, you was queen, but you weren't made queen or made king yet. Yeah, we got a few more weeks. We're gonna talk about that. Man. All right, but yeah, so these people were saying that the people of Kemet had chambers, they underwent processes and under the Sphinx in different areas and things like that. So it is possible, it's very possible that the secret chambers are still there. Time will tell. All right, time will tell. All right. But yeah, so the pyramid text inscribed inside the pyramid of Saqqara describe rituals that appear to align with initiation practices, including ascension to the divine status or becoming an imperishable star. These, and I said that earlier, these texts mention secret stairways and doors leading to the afterlife or to the Duat or the Akhet, which could indicate both spiritual and physical passageways used as initiatory rites. And we talked about last week, shout out to the Kemetic Nation, they mentioned that some of these chambers were for those purposes. Okay. And shout out to them. We had a good time. So we're gonna have to bring them back. All right. Now, here's the bonus. Here's the bonus. All right. I told you we're gonna get to a bonus. All this is good and this is fun, but yeah, there is a bonus. All right. The ancient temple of Isis. There is a temple of Isis, right? But did you know? Hold on. There is an ancient temple of Isis, right? Yeah, spiritual ascensions in the physical realm. Yeah. All right. There's an ancient temple of Isis. Now, the temple of Isis is significant to center of worship for the goddess Aset, played a crucial role in Egyptian religious practices. Isis was associated with magic, healing, and the afterlife, and her temple attracted devotees seeking mystical wisdom and initiation, right? As the mother of Heru and the consort of Osiris, Aset was central to the mythology of death and rebirth, making her temple a fitting place for spiritual transformation. Yeah, we about to hold on. Here it comes. We about to talk about that. All right, now this is the temple of Isis, the ancient modern temple of Isis at Philae, right? It's one of the most famous. It's located in the Philae Island, though others throughout Egypt included near the Giza Plateau. Now, the temple of Isis at Philae dates back to the 4th century before Common Era. That's 4th century BCE. Okay, 4th century BCE. But now, in this book here, Ancient Records of Egypt, Volume 1, James Henry Breasted. This is basically court cases and documents that the people of Kemet wrote about. Okay, and this is this is like in page 85, right? Okay, they basically talked about the ancient temple of Isis next to the Sphinx. Yeah. Okay, so check this out. It says in here, it says living in Heru, Okay, the king of Upper and Lower Egypt, Khufu. This is during the very first pyramid, the very first one. Okay, well, not the very first one, but the Great Pyramid, Khufu. Right. He found the house of Isis, mistress of the pyramid, beside the house of the Sphinx, on the northwest of the house of Osiris, Lord of Rosta. Okay. Now, in the footnotes, it says, according to the statement, a little Isis temple east of the Great Pyramid was standing on the Giza Plateau before any of the pyramids were built. So now we have something else, because a few months ago, archaeologists found a structure. Yeah. Yeah, yes, sir. Yeah. Yeah. A few months ago, archaeologists found a structure, a stone structure like a building by the Sphinx in that area. The people of Kemet is saying that that's an older temple of Aset. And it is, according to record, it probably was built before any of the pyramids were built. But now, it didn't say it was built before the Sphinx was built, because the Sphinx is 10,500 years old. Yeah, that's for free. So yes, in the first dynasty, okay, in the Old Kingdom, okay, they called Isis the mistress of the pyramid, okay, to prove conclusively that a present stela is not a copy of an older document. Basically, they're talking about the stela that was by the Sphinx. We need to locate it. Well, that may be another time, but it is. I know there's some articles about it, and just hold me to it, and we'll discuss that. But yeah, they found a structure, but according to the people of the Old Kingdom, that is the Temple of Isis, the older one, because the one at this one came out in 4 before Common Era, 4 BC. The Temple of Isis, the ancient one, is probably over 5,000 years old. Yeah, Isis had the knowledge and power, but there are PO. Yeah, we'll finish that statement. But yeah. So Mama Louise says spiritual ascensions in the physical realm. Yeah, it's that's what that is. And so in these schools, okay, in these schools, we find out that there's this information is ongoing, right? It says Isis had the knowledge and the power, but there are people who wouldn't want that information out. True, but guess what they did? They put them in books. They messed around and put them in books. They messed around and put them in libraries and stuff like that. I know it may not be on the internet or on Google, but it's in books somewhere. But it takes us as individuals to go and seek it out and go and find that information. And so despite of, say, mainstream Egyptology's cautious approach to these theories, modern technological advances continue to provide new insights. The Scan Pyramid project, employing mound radiography, has detected previously unknown voids within the Great Pyramid, suggested that more discoveries await beneath Egypt's Kemet's ancient monument. So, there are chambers. But the thing is, will they tell us flat out? We don't know. But what we do know is that what they could have been used for. It could have been used for electricity, electromagnetic power. They could have been used for initiation rituals. But we also know that there is an ancient temple of Isis that's older than the pyramids. All right. But guess what? All right. We did get 1,000 subscribers. We also got 100,000 views. That's what's up. I really appreciate y'all again for hanging with me, and shout out to the birthday people and all that. But yeah, we talked about the primordial waters and the Demiurge, okay? Secret chambers, the Lost Hall of Records, ancient initiations, reading suggestions. Get those books. The links in the description. And I'm finna check roll. And if you're still here, okay? I'm lazy. I ain't gonna call you by the name. If you're still here, comment here or still here in the comment. I ain't gonna be calling everybody name. Yeah, but if you're still here, just put here, and then you get credit for the day. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we just got to talk about unveiling the mysteries of secret chambers and in ancient initiations. And yeah, there's more to it, and we're gonna. We got you. Don't worry. Yeah, appreciate that. Appreciate that. Okay, Mo say he's here. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I'm checking roll. I'm not doing it the lazy way. Just put still here. But I really appreciate y'all for coming. And if there are, do you have any questions before we go? Before I turn y'all loose on this Good Friday night. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Appreciate it. Thank y'all for coming. I really appreciate that. And this has been a journey, and we got a lot. We still have a lot of learning to do. We still have a long way to go. Says I'll go back through the podcast again and add more questions. Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. And be encouraged, y'all. Ask questions. I may not get to it immediately, but I will. Okay, because there's some things that are up my sleeve that we're going to talk about, that we're going to discuss. Don't forget to subscribe, by the way. If you're still rolling with it, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. We are going to get into the we're going to discuss my top 5 queens of the Nile Valley. And I think Brother Mo asked the question, what happens if and whenever a pharaoh steps down? And it's supposed to be in divine order. You're supposed to be divinely ordained to be in this thing, right? What happens when a pharaoh steps down? We're going to talk about that. And we're going to finish that book, Queen Sebeknet Pharaoh. This has been amazing. And it gets real sticky because Queen Sebeknet Pharaoh, we know about her father, we know about her brother, but we found out recently that she got a sister and a mother. Yeah. We're going to get in on that. Yeah, this is a joy and much love. And thank you for the research, King Cam. I really appreciate it. I enjoy it. The reason why I do it is I love history. And I love African history. And if you guys enjoy Kemet and Kush, we're going to talk about it. But we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk on what you guys want to talk about. You see what I'm saying? I may have an idea, but I want to be able to be assistance and be helpful to you. He said, we need to know our past in order to move forward. These are facts. Yeah. Miss Blue Aries. Yeah, that's the sister's name. You cheating. Neferu Ptah. That is Sebeknet Pharaoh's sister. Older sister, as a matter of fact. Was there a sibling rivalry? I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, so we yeah. This is us, Black history. This is us, Black history, just ancient history. Yeah, it is. You good. We have to, but the thing is, I'm learning every day. I'm learning something new all the time. Okay, I'm learning something new all the time, and every week, as we're reading this book, I'm reading it too. Okay, I'm turning the pages and finding stuff out. I'm finding out that these factions weren't Hotep all the time, and they got busy. And to find out that possibly Nefertiti ain't King Tut's mama, and Queen Ta'i probably had something to do with that. I don't know. It's getting interesting. And to find out that there's a couple assassinations that some kings came up missing or ended up unalived and all that. Yeah, it's they get different. get your shovels ready. You sure right. Because hey, we're gonna go forward. We're gonna go forward, and I'm excited about it. I'm excited about what we're about to do. I have some things in mind. I have some lessons in mind, and yeah, we do have merch. We do have that, and so the link is in the description also. But I'm on this journey with you guys. That's why I say let's learn together. Yeah, King Tut. But I really think, to be honest with you, I think unfortunately, sad but true, I think King Tut was guilty by association. Okay, I think if his father was not Akhenaten or the heretic, I think he would have been fine. But because his father was Akhenaten, and because he did a switch up like that, the priests may not have liked that. And then there was some foreigners in the camp too. See what I'm saying? So yeah. But yeah, I'm really excited about this. And this summer we will deal with the Nile River War because the people in the pre-dynastic period and the Old Kingdom got into it with the Nubians. It is written. It is written. We're going to talk about the Nile River War too. We're going to get in that. They say, yeah, you may be the king of the north or south up there, but you're not the king around here. You see what I'm saying? So, but yeah, you listen to King Cam and Ujumbe podcast, and if there are no other questions, I will talk to you guys later. And peace.